and welcome to Moveworks, the conversational and generative AI platform for employee support. My name is Jake Speyer, Field CTO and Global Head of Pre-Sales here at Moveworks, and today I'm going to be walking through how you can eliminate employee friction at work with an enterprise-wide AI agent. Let's get started with a few short slides, and then we'll go directly into a demo. First things first, Moveworks exists as a platform to allow employees to find information, automate their tasks, and become more productive at work. We do so through a conversational interface that allows them to ask for what they need and get a response, whether that's a resource, a process, or an action that needs to be taken on their behalf. Now, Moveworks exists by first thinking about the demand of employees, as you see on the left-hand side here. Demands such as, can I add Steve to the Salesforce admin? My monitor broke, or what's our 401k match? On the right-hand side, you see the supply of resources in enterprise systems, such as identity access managers, ITSMs, ERPs, knowledge repositories, and more. And in the middle, Moveworks exists, inclusive of all infrastructure, architecture, modeling, insights, and more, to provide an agentic AI solution to connect the two together. Now, this starts by thinking about employee surfaces on the top. Moveworks exists across enterprise chat apps, on the browser, service portals, email, and it manifests through a Copilot. At Hearst, they call us Herbie. At Palo Alto Networks, they call us Sheldon. At Honeywell, Red. This is all powered by a reasoning engine that makes intelligent plans, executes the next agent, and observes and adapts accordingly. Now, from this, Moveworks is able to mainly search, take action, and make employees more productive. These different repositories of searching, action, and productivity are made up of hundreds, if not thousands, of applications, to which Moveworks respects permissions and mirrors access controls accordingly. To round out this diagram, we have what we call Creator Studio, our extensibility suite on the left-hand side, and of course, stakeholder tools that allow you to find insights across service delivery, create resources like knowledge on the fly, and also understand on an interaction by interaction basis what can be improved to improve your service delivery overall. Now, breaking this down, Moveworks searches across the org, allows you to automate business processes across your enterprise systems, and empowers your employees to be as productive as possible, all while allowing you to build extensive, customized AI agents. What this results in are measurable outcomes that many of our customers receive. Maybe for Honeywell, it's 75% reduction in contracted spend with an MSP. That was most important. While for Toyota, it was reskilling their entire L1 support to higher impact work. From a market perspective, what these customers have realized is that, yes, there's a lot in terms of Gen AI offerings. And this landscape is pulled from 2023, so it is wildly out of date, but it's what fit on the screen. What our customers are finding is that organizations are going to have many copilots, inclusive of productivity improvements, such as Microsoft 365 Copilot, business-focused Copilots, such as GitHub and Salesforce for developers and salespeople accordingly. By the way, both of those companies have realized that for their enterprise support, they lean on Moveworks as both our customers and ours. And on the right-hand side, you have proprietary advantage. A financial services organization shouldn't have to spend their ML and AI talent building out automation, search, and productivity workflows, when instead they can build out specific elements to make their financial advisors more successful, and by such, their customers as well. Now, with all this in mind, here's one example of how Honeywell has brought this into place, using Copilot 365 for productivity, GitHub for additional code generation and validation, custom Honeywell capabilities built upon Azure and OpenAI, and of course, partnering with Moveworks as an external application to make their employees as productive as possible and ensure that they're supporting them accordingly. Now, let's get into brief discussion of architecture, and we'll launch right into a demo. For Moveworks, we are built upon our reasoning engine that focuses on these 6 components in order to get the job done. Elements like the experience layer and interface, our decision and reasoning engine, flexible integrations, and of course, guardrails, multiple LLMs, and a trust layer are all elements that are required in order to implement a solution like Moveworks across the enterprise. Let me highlight just a few. So first things first is that we have realized that an omni-channel interface is what matters most. Meet your employees where they are so that whether it is Sharepoint or ServiceNow, Teams on desktop or their mobile, they can get the same experience from Moveworks. In terms of a decisioning and reasoning engine, something as simple, at least on the surface, as can I replace my laptop, is a pretty complex ask. We have to understand who Alex is through an identity system, what policy management is through either an identity access manager or wherever that knowledge exists, and understanding from a CMDB, let's say, when a laptop was issued, to then generate a response accordingly. In terms of integrations, this requires that we connect into any system that your employees need us to and that your organization has, ensuring that your administrators can continue to work where they prefer instead of consolidating onto one master platform accordingly. In terms of guardrails, we are responsible for adding on to what LLM providers have themselves to ensure that all responses are factual, that there's citations, and that we take care of content management, conversational policies, and service policies accordingly. We have a fungible architecture to bring the best and brightest from a variety of LLMs so that we are able to optimize for efficiency and performance while having the best outcomes benchmarked. And of course, security is top of mind, ensuring that everyone from government contractors to German workforce adherence organizations are able to utilize Moveworks for all of their employees as well. With all that in mind, let's get started with a demo. Here we find ourselves in a pretty common interface, Microsoft Teams. Now, Moveworks is generally white labeled by customers, so Moveworks Copilot would be renamed to whatever name you think is most applicable to your organization. But let's get started here, and we'll see how Moveworks solves some complex as well as simple issues that your employees face on a daily basis. Let's say that I'm going to the office for the first time and can't seem to connect to the VPN or Wi-Fi. Can you help? Here, Moveworks is going to reprompt the request. It chooses which plugin, in this case, Knowledge, and is pulling through 3 articles for VPN and 2 for Wi-Fi, consolidating these and generating a response that can solve and troubleshoot the issue for both. We see here that both of these have grounded responses, so I can see where the material is being pulled from. And if needed, we can always get help, ensuring that a ticket is routed to the right place, whether that be IT infrastructure, HR, facilities, finance, sales, legal, or more. And with that, it's not only a ticket, but live chat, which can be started directly in Microsoft Teams as well. Let's say that that's solved by request. And instead, we now want to move on to normal tasks that we need to accomplish on a daily basis. What are my open projects? Here, Moveworks again reprompts the request and understands exactly where to look for project status. This could be from systems like Smartsheet, Asana, or wherever you contain the data in which your employees are working with on a daily basis. Here we can see that there are 9 different projects from multiple systems that are pulled together. And I can ask Moveworks to take action on these, such as, can you generate an email summarizing the projects in green to my manager, highlight the great work that I and the team have been doing. And right here in Teams, we again can pull all of that information that was held in context and leverage components that are available through LLMs to be able to accomplish the goal at hand. With this in mind, let's continue. Let's say that now that I've taken care of that, I just got married and want to change my name. As an employee, I don't know where my name needs to be changed, the process that I need to adjust, but Moveworks is able to understand that this is in Workday, and it's able to slot what my first name, last name, and email should be based upon the information that it's pulling from me being authenticated in Teams. It keeps me updated with the progress. It can file a case accordingly if that's the business process. And it will actually go through and take the action to be able to change my name in Workday. Similarly, there are complex business processes such as what are my open POs? Hopefully I know what a PO is, but even if I do, I may not know where POs are stored or what's open at this time. Moveworks knows to go to Coupa and to pull through my authentication to understand what specifically applies to me. Now, querying a PO is one thing, but how about I need to add a line item to this PO? If anyone has used these systems, you know how complex it can be. Moveworks also understands that if there's a new line item, a quantity, a price, and an order ID pulled through, then I can go ahead and submit this accordingly. It provides me with the information to then say, what is it that I need to change? Actually, the description should be new phones, and the quantity should be 20. Moveworks understands what slots to fill, provides me with that information, and I can submit it accordingly. Now we've talked about IT troubleshooting, being able to look through all of my open projects, changing my name in Workday, and querying and updating an open PO with an additional line item. Let's try one more here before we move out of the Copilot to look at the Moveworks platform. Let's say here, I need to onboard a new employee named Jack Davis. Moveworks again understands what this process should incur. It's looking up forms, it's looking up processes and more, but it also provides that if there is missing details such as username or company name that I can provide, there's a full business process that can be acted upon. Jack's username is jdavis.a. He'll be part of the Moveworks test group. And Moveworks can disambiguate from this what the username is, what the company should be, and with additional information that I've provided, what a group should be. Because of this, it could pull through who his manager is. And once I click yes, we can now see truly the power of this agentic system, processing where Jack's onboarding should take action, such as in Azure, in Okta, and more. We can now see that this process is keeping us abreast of all of the complexities that needed to take place to update him, while I can be kept in the loop. As such, employees just need to ask for what they need, and Moveworks understands what systems to take the action in, what business processes to follow, and will ensure that we are able to follow through on it accordingly. With all this in mind, let's take a look at the Moveworks platform itself. Moveworks is more than just a user-facing Copilot. Some of the available products of our platform include Creator Studio, where administrators can create new plugins and extend the platform, elements of employee communications, elements of analytics and insights across support, and areas such as Knowledge Studio, which provides the ability to create new knowledge that's grounded in your enterprise tickets and data. As an example, if I want to understand what a corporate phone reimbursement policy should be, Moveworks goes ahead and creates this based upon incident tickets that already have been filed. No longer should knowledge curators or administrators have to make up information or think about what matters most. Instead, by using the platform, they can understand the insights that their employees have had, that their fellow agents have had, and consolidate it together with a platform that understands how to convert resources into conversational elements to serve their employees. all of this can be put into the power of administrators as well, through our self-service administrative setup. No matter what the platform is, as long as there's an available API, Moveworks will be able to query information from or take action within the associated system. But don't just trust us. We have more than 350 customers worldwide. We're backed by renowned investors, and there's a variety of industry recognition, including that of our strong tiered partnership with Microsoft, which positions Moveworks as the best employee support tool for every employee around the world. With this in mind, you can remove all of the friction from your enterprise and truly bring AI solutions to life. Thank you.